And we're good. I think. Yeah, looks like we're good. Anyway, so Christmas is right around the corner, and had the idea of. Yeah, looks like we're good. Anyway, so.
Sorry.
What's that? Okay. I see what you did. So I had the idea of, hey, why don't we discuss this is a by the way, I'm sorry, this is a brand new Vainkman's back. Yeah, thanks, Haas. Brand new podcast, kind of rebrand type thing. I still want to do my sports stuff, but this was a different thing. It's Christmas traditions, and I thought this would be really cool to do. Go over some of these extraordinary Christmas traditions. I know Mara has done her research, and I've done mine, and I'm really excited to get into them. But first, can you tell me what traditions or a tradition that y'all do, Mara?
So I was trying to think about that, and actually, we had this discussion last night because I was thinking we don't really have many Christmas traditions.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start something. Our one that we're going to start this year is actually like making a gingerbread house and decorating it together as a family. And this year I'm just going to buy the kit. We plan to like look up recipes and actually make the gingerbread ourselves next year. But the only other thing I can think of is when I was really little, I don't know where this one started. I don't know if it was my uncle, if it was one of my cousins, but we used to drive around the neighborhoods and look at the Christmas lights. But when we saw something we liked, everybody yelled, "Look to dare." Look to dare. And so we still do that to this day, even, grown-ups in a car all yelling, "Look to dare." So,
Sounds fun. I can get into that. We like to, we more or less stay around the neighborhood, but we like to go look at the lights. We've got a house over here right down the road, and he's been doing it for years. I can't tell you how many years he's been doing it, but he starts right after Halloween, and it takes him almost all month of November to set up. And we watch this as we go, just about daily, and watch him set this up. But he has, the radio station, and all he asks if you come watch is to deposit canned food, so he can deposit it to the local charities and stuff, or not charities, but food kitchens and stuff. So that's really cool. The only really tradition that I can think of at the moment is we always set our Christmas tree up the day after Thanksgiving. Sometimes we're a little late. It's not really consistent. Another one that I like to do, if we don't get busy going to see my family in Georgia or whatnot, is sitting down Christmas Eve and watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I love watching that movie.
I was going to ask your favorite Christmas movie.
Oh, well, it would be Die Hard, but Bruce Willis keeps saying it's not a Christmas movie.
No, I thought he said did come out and say it's a Christmas movie.
Unless he changed his mind recently, he's been saying it's not. Die Hard or our tradition. That's right, Oz.
It's a Christmas movie, and it is my favorite Christmas movie.
Die Hard I love it. I love Die Hard. I really wish he would accept that it is a Christmas movie, because it's during Christmas and you're blowing stuff up and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the shirt stuff. You seen the Christmas shirts with for Die Hard? They're really, really good, like meme Christmas shirts, ugly sweaters type stuff.
Yes.
I haven't seen all of them though. I'm sorry. I've seen about 5 or 6 of them, and I'm pretty sure there's more of them out there. But those are some really funny ones too.
I saw one recently that it's like one of those T-shirts. Like you've seen them with like people like where they look like it's like an actual body, like wearing like a bathing suit or something. But this one it's supposed to look like John McClane. It's like his wife beater, like all greasy, and then it has like the back of it has the gun taped to his back.
I love it. New one. Yes, I've seen that one. Oz said Nakatomi Xmas Party 1988.
Yes.
I saw that one. That was recently. I saw that one. I think that was when I was going for. I thinking about going for and snatching up.
We should get it.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to think of the other Christmas movies. I know A Christmas Story comes on for 24 hours usually during Christmas Day, and I
Yeah.
usually end up watching bits and pieces, but watching the whole thing in bits and pieces on Christmas Day. Another one, I know Elf's really big in this house. Not, I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not big on it. But the rest of the fam likes it. I don't know about my son. I don't really think he has a Christmas movie. He does his own thing. But so when do you put your tree up? Do you put it up after Thanksgiving?
We don't really have a like a set date.
Uh-huh.
It's just kind of whenever we get around to it. This year it was a lot later than normal. We just put it up last weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
it's just, but it stays up. It stays up for a really long time.
Oh yeah. The tradition for us is, well, for me, is take it down after New Year's, day after New Year's. So it's like it's day after Thanksgiving, day after New Year's. Some of the people in this house don't agree with me, so it kind of gets taken down or put up when I kind of want to. Hey, what's up, X? How you doing, man? So I really wish. I mean, I don't set the trees up. I do the outside stuff, the icicle lights outside and all that. I love. I mean, it's not fun, but you know, I love the end result. You know, you turn them on and you see them, and it's really nice and neat, and kids love it. Of course, all the kids in this house are teenagers now, so I like the smell of real trees, but fake trees are probably the way to go because fire hazard.
Yeah. I've only had one real tree.
Really?
That was yeah.
Well, I had more than that growing up, but yeah, fake trees are probably the way to go after that. We had one that was, I think it was $1,000 tree, and we got it for free. We got it from my stepdad's parents, and that thing was gorgeous. It was big, bulky, but just absolutely gorgeous.
Are they the types of the fake trees? Are they the ones that you have to put like each individual branch in? Or are they ones that like are 3 pieces?
No, the one I was talking about, $1,000, was 3 pieces. But we did, when we were younger, had one where you had to put it in branch by branch, and it was color coded. You had to put it in the certain color spots.
Yeah.
That was actually, when we were younger, it was kind of fun. But as we got older, it was kind of tedious.
Yeah.
Putting the branches in. But speaking of Christmas trees, do you know when the first Christmas tree was, I guess we'll say, established?
1823.
It's an interesting question that actually, 3 countries actually argue over? They were the ones that founded the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Let's see, Riga, Latvia. I mean, I'm probably I'm going to go ahead and give everybody a heads up. I'm going to butcher all these names.
Yeah.
Completely butcher. I'm from the South. I butcher anything else that's not Southern. So Latvia is saying they're the home of the first Christmas tree in 1510. But another document states that a tree was decorated in front of the town hall of Tallinn, Estonia in 1441. Now, Germany actually says they are the ones that founded the Christmas tree, but I don't know. But it seems like the date for them is the 1500s, and I think it's after Riga, Latvia. So that's to me, that's pretty interesting. As far as you got 3 countries fighting over who founded it.
Now, do they say what the point of it was? Like, what is the symbolism of it?
Symbolism. I don't have that. Well, actually, I do have it. I have it.
I'll just say it seems a little strange. Like, I mean, we all have Christmas trees, but it's like, here, like, chop down this tree, and then like just decorate it for a month, and then like just throw it out. Like,
yeah, they're calling them paradise trees. Started off as paradise trees. Let's see, Church of. They were used in medieval German mystery or miracle plays that were acted out in front of churches during Advent and on Christmas Eve. This is really interesting stuff about the Christmas tree. I really wish I'd done more. Tooth, Jacob lost a beard, and I have to say, never knew he was so pretty. Oh, Tooth. These are all these guys. I love my guys. I love my viewers. These are my sports guys. So I'm probably throwing them off with this
I'm like, well, why are we talking about Christmas trees?
Yeah. It's funny. It's also this. Okay, so I'm getting this information from whychristmas.com. And whychristmas.com has a ton of stuff. Now I used several websites to get this information that I've got, but this is got a lot of stuff. Lots. I mean, just look it up if you're curious. Look it up. If I would just bring the whole damn tree in. So let's see. I'm trying to find something else. Christmas trees came to be known starting around 1400s, late 1400s, 1500s. Germany. Let's see. It's now Germany was the Holy Roman. Paradise tree was more decorations. Yeah, I really don't. So basically, what they're saying is the paradise tree. It was in plays.
Okay.
In front of churches during Advent and on Christmas Eve. That's good to know. I didn't know that. Because what I got my information from was a different website. But I found this. Honestly, I had the website, but I didn't check the website until tonight and saw all this information. Commercial break for the Chiefs game, so I'm definitely in and out. All right, Tifa, I appreciate you, man. But there's a ton of information in whychristmas.com if you guys want to check it out, because I know me and Mara aren't going to be able to hit on all the points of this. The site's huge, actually. I think you got to look at it too a little bit this evening, didn't you?
Or I was looking at it
the other day.
Yeah, I did look at that one, and the other one that I've been looking at is the St. Nicholas Center, and it's like discovering the truth about Santa Claus, and it's more focused on Santa and St. Nicholas and how that evolved. But there's still tons of stuff in there about the other traditions, like the Christmas stockings, where that came from, and candy canes, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. You know, and the funny thing is there's so many funny traditions. Like for instance, I'm looking at one now. China has the Christmas apple. They give apples as gifts. It's kind of, I'm going to butcher these words. The Chinese word for apple is ping guao. Sounds a lot like the Chinese word for Christmas Eve, ping yan yi. I'm killing myself here. But Christmas Eve to them means peaceful and quiet evenings. So I guess apple's peaceful and quiet. If you think about it, it pretty much is. It just sits there. It doesn't say anything. You pretty much you eat it. But that was one of those Christmas apple as a gift. In America, if you give somebody an apple as a gift, I think you're going to get it thrown back at you.
Yeah, that's not really what most people have on their wish list.
I don't. I know it's a tradition for them, but it's an odd gift. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that.
I mean, I like apples.
I do.
But, yeah, I'm not really looking for one for Christmas.
I mean, and you're not a teacher. And if you're a teacher, I could see that. But, I mean,
yeah,
teachers get apples. I don't know. That's just one of those where it's kind of like, okay, all right, Christmas apple.
Yeah.
Or Venezuela. This is a pretty cool. I think I would do this one.
Okay.
People go to mass on roller skates. The tradition is so well established that many streets are closed to provide safe passage for the roller skaters.
Well, all right.
I could see myself doing that.
So next year you're going to go to Venezuela for Christmas.
And I'm going to roller skate to mass.
You got to pack your roller skates.
Is it Moss or Mass? It's Mass, isn't it?
Mass, yeah.
Mosque, Mass.
Mass.
I don't know. I like to roller skate anyways. I wonder if they roller blade too. That would pull in the viewers if I roller skated to mass.
If you would roller skate. That's how you'll get the views.
I don't know. It sounds fun. I mean, don't you like to roller skate?
I cannot remember the last time that I've roller skated, but I would like to, yeah.
I can. I actually roller skated about a month or two ago. Probably about 2 months ago, probably. I think it was
Just because?
October. It was my nephew's birthday, and he wanted to go roller skating.
Where do you go roller skating?
There, it's in Wetumpka, right?
There used to be, what is it, Looney's? Isn't that what it's
Yeah,
called? Remember that
Montgomery.
place?
Yep,
Yeah.
I remember that place. I remember that place. I went there a couple times. I went to the one in Prattville. A lot more. Germans had the pickle, right? Yes, the pickle. I actually have that as one of
I have the
my.
ornament.
You have the pickle?
I have the pickle ornament.
So do you know what the? I believe they put that pit. They do. I have one on our tree. Skate Haven,
So
Loonies. Yeah.
I think there's a few different traditions with that one. The one that I got when I got my pickle ornament, it basically just said that like you hide the pickle ornament and whoever finds it on Christmas Day gets an extra present. That there's like another present under the tree for whoever finds the pickle.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the like origin of that. Again, if that's just like America has changed stuff.
So what I've read is nobody. It says nobody really sure where it started, but Germany. They just pinned it on Germany, saying it was a German tradition. Does anybody in chat know? So I'm giving credit to Germany right now because that's pretty much where everybody was kind of pointing the finger in the research I was doing on it. It was funny though because when you do research on things and you're trying to find like the awkward, the funny, the I don't know, and you see a pickle ornament for a tree, and you hide the pickle ornament in a tree, and you got a tree that's green, and you've got a pickle that's green. That probably gonna be a little hard trying to find, and I'm pretty sure
that's the point.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it turns into a busy game that lasts for a while, because there's no telling how big that pickle is. It could be a little small pickle, and
it's small.
I never knew it was a thing.
It's not very big.
It's not, and I've seen a couple of like I was just looking up the pickle, and you see little shiny pickle ornaments and stuff like that. I'm like that'd be too easy to find for me, I think. Then again, you never know. I mean, it depends how big the tree is and everything else. Because if it's a shiny pickle and you got lights on it, it could and it's color lights, you're really screwed, I would think.
It just depends on who's hiding it, how well they hide the pickle.
I would think that I'd be pretty good at hiding stuff.
Yeah.
I think so. All right, so what about another one. I'm going by weird because there's a lot of them that are people kind of know about what the tradition is, but they don't know what country it started, or maybe might have still does it today or whatever. But this is an odd one.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's actually really funny. This reminds because we have my son loves this place, and we've been going there on a weekday since he was probably 2 or 3. So Japan. Yeah, and get that loud. Yeah, can you hear that? Did you hear me do that? Oh my God! Let me get that out of my voice real quick. So Japan, in 1974, they ran a Kentucky for Christmas promo. It's now a tradition in Japan, and it's so popular you have to order your KFC weeks in advance.
Like everybody wants Kentucky Fried Chicken in Japan.
That's what it said. That's what I read. Everybody, I mean, you have to order in advance. I've never heard of any fast food restaurant having to get orders in advance to supply the demand.
In your research, and I could probably just look it up, but I mean, fast food places around the world, they have different foods than what we have here in America. So but how different can you get with Kentucky Fried Chicken? Like, is it literally just fried chicken?
Just a bucket
that
of
everyone's
chicken.
going, just a bucket of chicken.
Yeah, it's like, the bucket meals they have. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's crazy. When I read that, I actually found it on a couple of websites, and I was floored. I thought maybe somebody was pulling my leg on it, but yeah. So I thought that was pretty odd.
I feel like we should start doing that one for a tradition, is that you gotta eat a bucket of fried chicken on Christmas Eve.
Dude, I could so do that too. I love some fried chicken.
So you just wake up on Christmas morning just like full of grease.
Full of grease.
There's a grease pool around you,
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, here's another one that's kind of weird. Disney, I believe Disney was characters and it was created here in America, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Walt Disney, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually looked this up too, thinking I was getting my leg pulled. But apparently in Sweden, many Swedish families on Christmas Eve or afternoon, on Christmas Eve afternoon, watch Donald Duck. Since 1959, at 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve, the TV station TV1 shows the Disney special From All of Us to All of You. I'm not going to say what it says in Swedish. I can't. In Swedish, I can't do it. Donald Duck and all his friends wish you a Merry Christmas. And it says about 40 to 50% of the Swedish population stopped to watch this.
Watch Donald Duck.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm a Disney fan, but I never really got into like all the Mickey Mouse and Donald and Goofy and that kind of thing. So that just, for everybody to just stop what they're doing and watch Donald.
They're still trying to figure out what he's saying. Yeah. I don't get it. I would want to say that it would be the kids watching it, not 40 to 50% of the population watching.
Not the adults.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I like some Donald Duck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it really depends on how interesting it is, I guess.
What's it called? You said From You to Me?
It's called From All of Us to All of You.
From All of Us to All of You.
And
Might have to look it up and see.
This is one of those. Oh, I got more strange ones. I didn't know that. I didn't look at these. Huh. But yeah, that was that. Yeah. I'm still kind of going. I'm still like, wow. 40 to 50% of the Swedish population stops to watch it.
Yeah. Yes. No, I guess nothing does have to be logical. That's what.
Yeah.
You just do whatever you want and call it a tradition.
That's true.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know who Krampus is.
Yes, I was gonna ask about that one.
But I didn't know about Krampus until the movie came out. Honestly, I had no clue there was a. I've always been told who Krampus is. It Krampus? Am I saying that right?
Krampus, I think so. I mean, I've heard Krampus. I think it is Krampus. Basically, it's just like an evil being, right? For like kids that aren't like kids that are on the naughty list, basically. Yeah. Like
it says is a horned monster that assists Santa Claus. I've always also heard that he's a demon. That he assists Saint Nicholas, dressed in rags and carrying chains. He's meant to punish bad children. It's also Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Hungary. Is that how you say it?
Hungary.
Northern Italy, Slovakia, and Slovenia is some of the main areas that this. They do a Krampus celebration somewhere, don't they?
Yes, they do. I mean, like he's almost celebrated as much as like Santa is. But am I wrong? I didn't do any research on Krampus. Is it that he like eats the children?
He imprisons them, I believe.
Imprisons them. Okay.
Takes them down to his world or his imprisons them, I believe is what it said. I don't have that written down. Yeah. I need to look that up. It's like Rob
maybe like children around the world are better behaved than children here because we just threaten them with lumps of coal and then they still get presents anyway.
Yeah, I was always threatened with bags of switches and lumps of coal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's is there? Do you have anything on the top of your head that you wanted to throw at me?
One of the things, this wasn't necessarily a tradition. I guess it is in the sense of just where it came from. The whole the stockings, where the tradition of stockings came from. At least what I was reading from let me go back to that website. It was something about the St. Nicholas Center. Discovering the truth about Santa Claus. So this was going back to St. Nick or St. Nicholas, and the different miracles and stuff that he performed, and that's why everybody. Yeah. So there was a story of there was this farmer that had 3 daughters, but they were poor. They didn't have a dowry. And so nobody wanted to marry his daughters. And that, like, at each time when the daughters came of age, like, basically they found a bag of gold that was, like, tossed in a window, and the legend is that it, like, landed in a shoe. And so, like, 3 different times a bag of gold was tossed in a window, which then became these girls' dowries, and they were able to get married. And so they attributed that to Saint Nicholas coming and putting gifts in your shoes or your socks, and that's then where, like, the stockings came from, and that's why you get presents in a stocking.
Oh, okay.
And so I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty neat. I always wondered how my presents got in my stockings, and that answered my question. Tooth chimed in on the Krampus thing. Said puts the kids in a burlap sack and beats them with switches. That sounds about right. It sounds about right. But yeah, I always wondered about that because one year when I was like 16 or 17, I found a box of condoms in my stocking.
Okay. And you're like, thanks, Santa.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate
Santa's
that.
watching my back.
Heck yeah. We're bros now.
He's also like, I don't need any more stinking kids around here to bring presents to.
That's
so
right.
Wrap it up.
That's right. There's too many in Alabama. Oh my God.
Man.
See, one of our traditions we started when the kid was born was to say the stocking until Xmas night. Oh, cool. Oh, say so. So in Christmas morning you order presents and you have that night before you go. That's cool. That's a good idea. I like that.
Aw.
Well, so this is a weird one. This is a really weird one. Wales. I can't say this. It's Mary Lwyd, Lwyd, but it stands for gray mare. And what they do is they get a horse skull and they decorate it in bells and fancy ribbons, and the person holding the skull is covered in a white sheet. They go door to door singing songs and challenging families to rap battles. So you're going you've got a horse head, a horse skull decorated out, and you're wanting to rap battle these people. You know, if somebody walked up to my house with a horse skull, I would probably have a gun saying, "You need to get off my property. I'm not rap. This is a rap battle. This is my gun about to go off." So, yeah, that's.
But once they told you they were there to rap battle you, did you still?
I don't know. I would be too shocked to rap battle somebody that had a horse skull. I would battle.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, but I'd have so many questions. Like, where did you find a horse skull?
Well, this is a tradition. This is in Wales, by the way. I think I said it, but I'm going to say it again. This is in Wales. It says, afterward, the person holding the skull is invited into the home and given refreshments, and then on to the next house for the next rap battle.
Well, that honestly kind of sounds a little bit like Christmas caroling, other than, like, you're not, you go to somebody's door, you're not, dressed and holding a skull, but
absolutely.
You go and sing at somebody, you're just like, knock, 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 and then
absolutely.
Like, whether they want it or not, I'm going to sing at you.
I mean, I'm guessing if it's a tradition, everybody's used to it, but I'm just saying, if somebody walks up to my house with a horse skull, I'm going to think bad things.
I'm not going to be okay with this.
So yeah. You'd be expecting a tradition, but I'm just saying, if somebody wanted to, what if somebody, like, okay, for instance, in your neighborhood, if somebody's like, you know what, I'm going to get a tradition from a different country, and I'm going to try to start it in this neighborhood and just see where it goes, and then the first house they knock on is yours with a horse head, a horse skull, decorated with a shield on them. You're thinking, well, is this a voodoo thing? Is this voodoo? I mean,
they're cursing my house.
You're probably going to have a police car out there.
Yeah. I'm be on the phone calling somebody.
See you at 7 a.m. Christmas Day. Be ready. I think I'll be ready. But that's it's crazy. And so I found another one in Ukraine. It is what it is. I don't like spiders and I don't like webs, but this is what they do. They decorate the Christmas trees in artificial spiders and webs. All the version of the story about this versions involve a poor family who couldn't afford to decorate the tree, so they used webs and spiders, or they did. And let's see, hold on. When the children go to sleep on Christmas Eve, here we go. In some versions, the tree grew from a pine cone in their house. In others, they bought the tree. When the children go to sleep, so this is the story. I guess the parents and stuff, whatever, would decorate it with the cobwebs. But when the children went to sleep, a spider would cover the tree in cobwebs. So I'm guessing the parents probably just did that. Then on Christmas morning, the cobwebs were magically turned into silver gold strands decorating the tree. Other versions say Santa Claus did it, or the sun did it. In parts of Germany, Poland, and Ukraine, if you find a spider or its web on your Christmas tree, it's considered good luck. If I find a spider or web on my tree, it's considered dead.
Like that actually, there was a lady in my neighborhood who posted on her neighborhood page the other day because she bought her first like real tree, and she had it was out on the curb, and she was like, get this evil thing out of here. She goes, it is just infested with bugs. She's like, if I see one more damn spider, like I can't take this. So that's another reason to go with a fake tree.
Rap battle the spider. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you see the comments. It's hilarious though. X said rap battle the spider. That, I could see a spider with a horse head. Maybe the spider in the horse head rap battle. I don't know. It's crazy.
Like I feel like we're, maybe just because I love Halloween, like all these things sound much more like Halloween tradition. Things I would do on Halloween. Sure, I'll carry a horse skull around.
That makes more sense to me too. And honestly, I do have a Halloween traditions that I want to do next year, since this is a new beginnings for this podcast, and you've been involved. I want to start doing more of traditions for the holidays, and I've actually got a Halloween one started. I actually got it sitting right here, where I printed out a lot of stuff. But yeah. I might open it up and dig through it in a minute, and just see if there's something that's kind of close to Christmassy stuff.
Kind of. I thought about this one when I read this one today. I was thinking about you because it's not entirely like ghost story, but it kind of reminded me of that. This was on that same St. Nicholas Center, talking about just miracles of St. Nicholas. And this was let's see what this says. This one was from, I think, Greece, the Greek island of Andros. Andros, yes. So is a woman from Thessalonica. Okay. Pronunciation unsure. So it says, one day while walking to church with her 4-year-old son, the child was attracted by something in the road and, letting go of her hand, darted into the busy street. A huge truck was approaching, and just before it hit him, she screamed out for St. Nicholas. After the truck passed over her son's body, she ran terror-stricken into the road, expecting to find him dead. Instead, he stood up, seemingly unscathed. When she asked him if he was hurt, he matter-of-factly said, "Oh no, the old grandfather covered me in the road."
Wow.
And so, yeah. So that is, because when you look at, there's some, like pictures of St. Nicholas that have that like red kind of cape on and like a red hat. It's not like a cardinal thing, but like it looks similar to that. So, and he was an older man.
Huh.
And that's where a lot of like, there's some kind of almost creepy things like that, where it's like,
yeah, that's pretty interesting. Man, that's really interesting. Me. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And that's almost supernatural, huh? That sounds, I mean, if nobody else saw it but him, wow. Oz, I missed it. Old school NWA Xmas songs. You got it, brother. We can do that. I can do that. I can rap battle that any day. If you want me to do that, I can do some NWA. Or is that Eazy-E? That might have been Eazy-E. Yeah, there's a not too nice song by Eazy-E. Have you ever heard, now this is from the Netherlands, have you ever heard of I'm going to butcher this, Zwarte Piet, Black Peter? He's a servant of Sinterklaas.
Okay.
They call him. They also call him Chimney Pete.
Okay.
I'm drawing blanks on this. I didn't put. Hold on. I want to dig more into this, because this is like, what the world. When I did this, when I had this drawn up, I had it fresh in my mind. I was going to do it, but things didn't work out. Oh, here it is, right here. Sinterklaas travels with his servants called Zwarte Pieten, Black Peters, or Sooty Pieten, Sooty or Chimney Peters. When Sinterklaas and the Pites come ashore from the steamboat, all the local church bells ring in celebration. Sinterklaas, dressed in his red robes, you said robe, or you said cape, didn't you? Leads the procession through the town riding a white horse. Every town in the Netherlands has a few Sinterklaas helpers dressed the same as Sinterklaas and the Pites who give the presents out. So, what more? I want to know more about Black Peter, of course. So, let's see. Do they have any more about him? Okay, many people don't know. I'm sorry. Many people now don't like the use of Zwarte Piet. This is because the helpers who dress up as Zwarte Pieten are normally white people who wear black makeup. Yeah. So Zwarte Pieten, I'm probably butchering this name. He was a chimney sweeper, and so you'd have that black soot all over you. That makes sense,
right?
But so basically what they're saying is the chimney sweeper is a helper of Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas, yeah.
That's pretty neat. Putting a chimney or chimney Pete, Black Peter.
Someone's got to clear the chimneys for him, right?
Absolutely, and I thought it was pretty neat. That's what I was saying. That's pretty neat. Is they put it together. Nobody else is putting that together, and you got a chimney sweeper. Hey, I'm Santa's helper too. I'm clean the chimneys for him, and I help him out. So I thought that was really neat.
That's also that Sinterklaas is where we get Santa Claus from.
So Sinterklaas is the original.
That's
from
where
Santa Claus.
That's where America took there, because that's what I was reading earlier.
Uh-huh.
That's where America took it, because I can't remember, what did you say? Was it German or was it? I feel like it was something else.
Sinterklaas. Now Sinterklaas, this is the Netherlands.
Netherlands, because it was like that's because there's so many different
variations of the name.
Yeah, but that's where America took their and got Santa Claus from, because it was Saint. This I can't remember, and I wish I had all my papers with me.
Because I'm you just what you've brought to the table in just memory is I'm like, I want more, and you're not giving more because you don't have it.
I'm sorry.
All right.
No.
I do have.
I have so much stuff, and I printed it off and then just left it.
Yeah.
I can upload some stuff. I'll give you more once I get it.
Yeah, and things like this happen. I know when I was reading over this stuff and like I said, it was fresh in my mind, so I had all the details and everything stuck in my mind. So when I was doing this, I actually, honestly, I'll go ahead and say it. We did this on a podcast. I used this material on a podcast, and it was so butchered. I do not. It was so butchered because of we were kind of inebriated, so it just didn't go well at all, and so we scrapped it. I said, no, we ain't putting this up. We had gone to a Christmas party, and we were planning. Oh yeah, we'll do the podcast after that, and that was a mistake. It was it was over. Honestly, this whole list was over in 15 minutes. It was not epic. I know you're talking about. But so it was basically I went through this whole page in 15 minutes, and this whole and nothing to talk about because we were just, it was like, okay, all right, give me another beer.
So much fun.
Another beer. I was like, thanks, man. Now this is. I don't know if they're a version of Center. I was trying to say Center, but Santa Claus is a Basque farmer, but in Basque country, which is it says it's in northern Spain, southern France, and I'm probably not saying it right, but it's Basque. Basque. I'm gonna say Basque or Basque maybe. Okay. On Christmas Eve, presents are delivered to children by Alin Olenzero. Olentzero. He's an overweight, beret-wearing, pipe-smoking, magical man dressed as a Basque farmer. I'm wondering if this is just if this is who they say their Santa Claus is, because it didn't really go into too much details. It's just like, here, this is what happens here. And I'm like, okay, all right. So, Basque has a Basque farmer that sends them their gifts. Pretty neat, because what is Santa Claus? He's not a farmer. Was he just like an overseer of his helpers, right? I mean, pretty much he oversees them making the toys, and he just bags them up and sends them. He's like Santa Claus is like a FedEx. He's like, okay, you make them, I deliver them.
He's the boss that everybody just, he's got everybody working for him, and then he takes all the credit.
Yeah, and because he delivers. I mean, like, I don't know if you want to control. I never thought of that. I never thought of Santa Claus being like a FedEx or a UPS. When I said that, I was like, wow, he pretty much is. Yeah. Wow, now I'll never look at Santa Claus the same again now. I'm good. Where's your brown suit at, Santa? You're not in UPS uniform? Oh, man, I never thought of that. Now it really hurts my heart. Nothing, but it was so funny when my son found out that there was,
No Santa?
This is hilarious, because he was asking me about the Easter Bunny, or the Tooth Fairy. It was Tooth Fairy. He's like, I said, what do you think about the Tooth Fairy? He said, I don't think it's real. I said, what do you think about the Easter Bunny? I said, what do you think about Santa Claus? And he's like, dude. And I'm like, yeah. What do you think about Santa Claus? Santa Claus is not real? I'm like, mm-mm. He said, well, what about my toys and stuff? I said, oh, you'll still get stuff like that. Who do you think's been getting this stuff for you in the first place? He's like, oh, so I'm still gonna get stuff? He's like, oh, I'm good with that then. Okay. On his merry way he went. He's like, okay, cool. We're good.
Do you remember finding out Santa wasn't real?
Oh, I got a story of that one too. Let's see, going back to Japan, Xmas Eve is like Valentine's Day, where they go out for romantic meals and then they have KFC on Christmas Day.
Oh, so it's a romantic KFC meal.
Well, he said Christmas Eve is like Valentine's Day. I didn't know that. Oz is doing some research. Awesome, man.
Oh, and then they have KFC on Christmas Day. Okay, I see.
Yep. That's cool. Hey,
okay.
I guess if you're going to spend money, might as well spend it on those 2 days. Oh, so my story, Xmas Eve it's more celebrated than the Xmas Day itself. Oh, okay. So, I didn't know that. I did not see that. I bet if I look it up, I'll see it. So my story, I was questioning it. I was like, man, there's just too many hints are being thrown out from my dad and my mom and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I'm questioning it, and this is just Christmas Eve. We're at my dad's house. I'm probably like 9 or 10.
30?
Okay. 30. I'm maybe like 9 or 10. And I can't sleep. I don't know what it is, but I cannot sleep. And my uncle Ricky, God rest his soul, he would stay Christmas Eve night with my dad every Christmas Eve, because he didn't have a family of his own. He just had, us. And he would stay the night, and then he'd wake up and play with the toys with us. When we got up, he would play all the toys. We always, I don't know, for some reason, we always got an air hockey table. And through the year, it would break, so we get another one every Christmas. And we would play, and he'd bet a Coke, and we'd win all that stuff. Well, that night, I couldn't sleep, and I heard the door open, and I kind of look up, and my Uncle Ricky looks in, so I act like I'm asleep. And then I hear him look over at my dad's like, they're asleep. I mean, I'm like, wow, that's yelling across the hallway, or whispering across the hallway. I can hear that. And that year we got a go-kart, and the only reason I knew we got something big was because one of them dropped it, and I think it was my Uncle Ricky that dropped it, because you heard him like kind of swearing a little bit, and so I was like, wow, we got something big, and so that's how I kind of just was like, well, there it is. There's Santa Claus right there.
Two and two together.
My Uncle Ricky and my dad. That's how. And another thing that kind of got me going, was when sometimes my dad, if it was Christmas Eve with my dad would bring us home later on, and we'd get home, and all of a sudden, Santa Claus had already came. And we're like, what? But Santa Claus had already come. And so me and Ann get for a couple minutes, we get to actually play with our stuff before we actually had to go to bed. But Mom would, I think it was my mom trying to one up my dad. I think that's what she would do, because I think she always tried to do something like that. I don't know, but it was just kind of weird, and that kind of got me thinking too, going, how come the newscaster just said the Santa Claus is in Tennessee right now? This is when I was living in Georgia. And so how did he say it's Tennessee? And then how did he get? I'm confused. Yeah.
He's magic, but he's maybe not that good.
Yeah, you start putting two and two together, it's like, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow, okay, I got you. Well,
I will say I am embarrassed to say how long I believed in Santa.
Do you still believe in Santa? Did I just ruin it for you?
Santa's not real?
Sorry.
No, I
should have asked first.
I want to say I think I was in middle school. And I think I remember like going and talking to my mom and asking her, like, Mom, Santa's not real, is he? And she was like, what do you mean? Of course he's real.
I can see your mom's face doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's like, no. And I'm the youngest of three, so like I think she was really trying to keep this Santa thing going.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, Santa's not real, Mom. He's not. There's no way. And she's like, yes, he is. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, well, then tell me why Santa has the same handwriting as you. Because, like, you signed Santa, and it looks like your handwriting. And she's like, well, I don't. It's, she had an excuse for everything. And then she kept it going. And I think, honestly, if I asked her this day, she'd still probably tell me that Santa's real. But every year after that, Santa's handwriting was different. Like, I could tell she tried to do something to make it look different. So she was still trying.
We went to South Georgia one year during Easter, and we had already gotten our Easter basket. The Easter bunny had come early and dropped off our Easter baskets before we went to South Georgia. Well, we get to South Georgia, and we're thinking, hey, we'll get something else from the Easter bunny, right? We get up that morning, and we're thinking, hey, there's nothing there. And then my grandma was like, hey, I think I saw something in the refrigerator. So we go to the refrigerator, and there's 2 cartons of Quick chocolate milk, which I love Quick chocolate milk. And there's a note written in my grandmother's handwriting saying, hey, since you guys used to put your Easter basket early, here's a little chocolate milk for you. And I'm like, oh, wow. And that's Mimi's handwriting. Okay. All right. I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together. But I'm younger. So, as I'm getting older, I'm thinking, wow, that's Mimi's handwriting. All right. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing, hey, yeah, dummy, hey, hello, it's them. And of course, my brother's like, oh, I already knew that. I'm like, shut up. Because he knows everything. And I'm like, whatever, dude, shut up. All right, I've got 2. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
I was just going to say, the one you got to keep believing in is the Tooth Fairy, because, like, once you know she's not real, then you stop getting money. You just got to keep that one up.
That's true.
Even once you know.
Even when they go, you really think the Easter Bunny's real? Like, I mean, not Easter Bunny, I'm sorry. The Tooth Fairy. I'm like, you're going, The Rock. The Rock's the Tooth Fairy, right?
Yeah, it's The Rock.
He's going to come visit me, right? I don't know. All right, so I've got 2 good ones. These are I saved these for last because they're going to make if you haven't seen this or read about this, you're gonna be like, what? And I've actually got a picture I'm gonna pop up here on one of the second one. The first one I'm gonna go over right now. This is in Spain. Spain's got some really weird stuff going on with their traditions. By the way, I'm just gonna say that. I should have got a picture of this so I could post it, but I just forgot. The Tio, I'm gonna butcher this. The Tio de Nadal. Log of Christmas, or the Caga Tio, the pooping log. Starting on December 8th, families feed the log and wrap it in a blanket to keep it warm. On Christmas Day, so you're going to pamper this thing, right? You're pampering this bad boy, apparently. It's a log.
And it's just a log.
It's just a log, but you're pampering.
Okay.
You're keeping it warm and you're feeding it.
Yeah, like the flower babies that you had to do in school.
Yeah, now here comes the really odd part. On Christmas Day, the families will sing a special song and hit the log with sticks to help with digestion. I can just see your face right. It's hilarious. I'm not finished yet, though. The log then starts dropping sweets, nuts, dried fruits, and cakes. When garlic or an onion falls out of the log, all the treats are finished for the year. So you pamper the log, you feed the log, you keep it warm, you take care of it, and then you beat it to get your treats out of it.
It's a pinata.
Yep.
It's a Christmas pinata, but
Why?
But
you're gonna nurture it and then beat it.
It's like, why?
The look on your face when I told you that, you're like what the?
I mean, I also know, like, I get way too attached to things, so like I would just be like, this is my log. Like, I have nurtured it and I love it, and I'm not gonna beat it. Like,
I read that and I said, I'm keeping that for last. So if anybody got bored and stopped watching, they missed the best part.
You missed it. Oh man.
Hold on, let me read that again.
And it really is, like you said, pooping log. So it's supposed to be like it's pooping
It's
all
like
this
a
out.
pinata. Yeah, like a pinata. You know, you break it.
A pooping pinata, but it's just a log.
Yeah.
That's what I don't even get. Like,
it's just a log. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring one up and I'll change screens real quick.
This is great.
Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, let me bring the images up. All right, I'm gonna change scenes real quick. Hopefully this is. There you go. There we go. All right, see this is the little pooping log.
Anything.
Hold on.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
There's the logs.
It's so cute.
Yeah, and they beat it. They beat this poor thing.
No, so like you actually give it a face. That makes it worse.
Because when you beat it, it's looking at you.
Oh my gosh, look at that picture, that cartoon, like where it literally looks like things are like all the way to the right, like the kids beating it. Oh my gosh.
He's smiling about it. That's creepy. That's a creepy picture. There's something wrong with that picture.
There's something wrong. I mean, with this in general.
Yeah, I thought you just the look on your face was priceless.
I mean, I guess you have to think about, like, I've sometimes thought about the whole idea of Santa, which Owen just actually had her first picture with Santa made and she screamed her head off, which I'm like, I don't blame you because it's kind of terrifying. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, the more and more you think about it, like this stranger comes into your house through your chimney, and like it's just weird.
That's breaking and entering.
Much weirder. Yeah, like that's nowhere. That's fine. Like I think that's not anywhere near as weird as a pooping log that you put a face on.
Oh, I got one weirder than that.
Feed it, like you plump it up. It's like Hansel and Gretel. The whip that feeds them. All
right. I'm going to give you a second because you're about to see something. And I'll have to explain it to you in a minute. I think you see it.
I see it. So are we just on a poop trend?
This is in Spain. This is another Spanish tradition.
And that's really impressive, honestly. You know, just looking at that.
Yeah, it's called the... I gotta pronounce it right. I gotta scroll up now. It's called the El Cognoi.
Okay.
And that literally means, I'm not gonna say the other word, but it's called the pooper.
Okay.
This little guy in nativity scenes in Spain, in certain Spanish areas, like I think it's Catalonia, mainly, or in some area, but in Spain, areas too in Spain. This guy is in the back of nativity scenes taking a dump. Yeah, in nativity scenes. All right. A lot of people find it offensive, but
I mean,
you got to think though. Back then, what fertilizes the soil?
But also, like, we don't always have a ton of other options.
Absolutely, but what fertilizes your soil?
You got the poop.
So they're saying that this is a sign of luck. I'm getting
Okay.
and some of the things I've read that this is of good luck, good fortune, good luck. It's not like he's defecating on Jesus, but it's more of a sign of what else does it say?
Or not necessarily blessing, but like prosperity. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Just like good luck and. It's funny though because I'm about to show you this, and this is going to be crazy. I'm going to have to switch websites too. But they have the Pope.
Oh.
They have
Yep.
Mario.
Okay.
They have Golem. Madonna.
Oh my gosh.
Barack Obama.
Naturally.
And hold on. Now I'm going to. I think I'm in the right. Cognoy. It's Caganer. I think. I don't know. I can't see it. I'm sorry. Caganers.com. I'm sorry, not S, but Caganer.com.
Okay.
And you're gonna see Squid Games, Squid Game Doll, The Pharmacist. You're going to see Grogu. They still say Baby Yoda, but it's Grogu.
Yeah.
Among Us.
Right.
Now this is the actual website you can order these. So, in reading, it said that it would be more of you would think that the celebrities would feel like it's insulted by them doing
they
this.
would be upset by it.
But most of them see it as an honor.
An honor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It was this one right here kind of threw me for a loop, and I'm just kind of like going, what?
Yeah, my brain's not wrapping around it being a good thing, but
Indiana Jones.
I mean, it is natural, and everybody's got to poop, and it does fertilize stuff. I mean, sure.
Oh. I'm still going through them. Tina Turner. Tina Turner. Kamala Harris. Oh. Did I say her name right? Kamala?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. And these are new. All these are new. They just started making these. Oh, these are.
Well, I have now found your birthday and Christmas present.
Oh, you're awesome. They have athletes, musicians, superheroes. Oh my gosh, dude! They have just about everybody.
Anything, yeah.
This is hilarious, and so I had to. I thought I'm gonna save the best for last, and if anybody that's watching right now knows how when you do a podcast or a show or whatever, you save the best for last. Because if you don't, you put all the good stuff in the front. Back's not gonna be any good. The end's not gonna be good. What's up, my peeps? Oh, it's Turner. Hey, buddy. That's my kiddo. So yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say you're welcoming him with this picture that's still on the screen.
Oh, I showed him that earlier.
Okay, that makes sense. He knows.
That's right. So
I'm kidding.
That's my list.
It's a good list.
I wish I had more. I really do. I wish I had gotten more, but the more I looked, I was like, man, there's so much. You could actually do a part 2. We could actually do a part 2, and save it up for next year, or we could try to squeeze one in before Christmas. A part 2.
Listen, I have an ugly Christmas sweater to wear, so
we had. Let's see, when's Christmas? Christmas Eve is Friday, right? Yeah, Christmas Day is Saturday. Christmas Day is Saturday. So maybe we can work a day out and do it and do a part 2.
Maybe so.
Sounds good to me. Do you got anything else as far as like something Christmassy that you've not said yet, or not just popped in your head? Or is the pooping thing in the log? The logs.
I mean,
it's the log. The log
I
got you.
I can't top that, and I also can't think of anything other than these now. So yeah.
can't think about the pooping log. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a dream about the pooping log tonight. And I'm gonna get a text
I
tomorrow going.
definitely will. Yeah.
We get a text going. So I had a dream somebody beat my pooping log.
Somebody beat my pooping baby. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
Oh.
that's gonna do it. I had a great time. I enjoyed doing this episode 1 of hopefully many more for this new podcast. And thanks for coming on and
thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. And Mars is committed, she says. So we'll see. I enjoyed having her on, and to many more with her. Hopefully, if she doesn't book out on somebody else's, not book out, but join somebody else's podcast and leaves me high and dry.
I don't think anybody else's podcast is gonna just give me the information that you give me. So I'm here.
Pooping log.
I'm committed. Yeah.
Well, all right, that's gonna do it. Thanks for tuning in. If hopefully we can get a part 2 in before, but if not, you guys have a Merry Christmas. You pay her well.
Merry
I pay her well.
Christmas.
So, all right, Oz. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. If we don't see you on with a part 2, and y'all take care.
Yeah.
I gotta find the end stream.